Okay,
There
we
we
did it.
go.
Hi everybody. We're so
We're
sorry.
live.
We're so sorry. We've been
So
no. It was
it
fine.
was fine. Okay.
Okay. Hi
Okay.
everybody. We're so sorry. God, we're all so fuzzy. Look, technology is not like my favorite thing. I'm also gonna try to switch to a different camera because I don't like the one that I'm using right now. So that
There
is
we
so
go.
much better. Hi everybody, how's it going? I swear our stream is not usually like this. This is so absolutely weird.
Mm-hmm.
I had it all set up from like last night and I didn't touch any of the settings, and maybe that goes to show I should not set up my stream the night before. I should just set it up
Nope.
before we go. Anyways, hi, how are you? Welcome to our stream. We're the movie couple. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
And thank you for everybody who was joining us today. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. We have a lot of news to get through today. We're so sorry. Well, actually, it's not a lot of news. It's actually less than I expected. But we do have
We've got news.
We've got news, and it's pretty exciting. And I want to shout out. I saw this in the chat earlier. I'm gonna butcher your name, and if I do, I'm sorry. Tamer, right? Tamor, hi. Thank you for joining the stream. Welcome. We hope you like it. Sorry, this is so embarrassing. Like, hey, I'm like joining your stream for the first time, and here we are, like screwing it up, and not knowing what we're doing.
It happens.
Oh gosh, but yeah. Thank you so much for being a part of our stream, being a part of our Patreon. So let's get into what we are talking about today. We're going to give you some updates, what we've been up to. So, we've been watching What We Do in the Shadows. There's 2 episodes out currently. If you have Hulu,
I love that show.
It's so good. Our review, spoilers included, are on our channel, and we will continue to do those as they come out.
Mm-hmm.
We also did a trailer reaction to a Quibi show called I think it's not a show. I think it's actually a movie, but I want to say show because they're 10-minute increments.
Yeah. So you still get the movie in 10-minute chunks.
Yeah, it's weird, but it's for a title called Dummy. It stars Anna Kendrick, who I absolutely love. But this trailer is just kind of like, it's weird. It's her boyfriend's got this like sex doll, and it comes to life. And they kind of
sounds like a horror movie.
It should,
but it's a comedy.
I
it is
would
a
watch
super comedy.
It's yeah, I don't know. As I watched it, I was just like, what is this that we're watching? I don't love it.
And also the CGI that they used for the face, I thought was very cartoony.
It's bad. Let's just say it, okay? The CGI is bad. But the reason why, and you and I talked about this in the review, was that Quibi is made for your phone.
Yeah.
So we think that the CGI, when you view it on a laptop, maybe it doesn't look as like great. Like maybe it is meant for it to be viewed on your mobile device, smaller devices. So maybe that is why, like when we saw it in the laptop.
And it kind of makes sense that if that's what they're going for, because then they don't have to put so much money into production, so much money into special effects, because if it's, just for something the size of your phone, that's all you're going to be screening on, then, that's, okay, a pretty good way of being able to put out content, decent content, and have to have like less output or less money going out.
Yeah, I think the only, let's just say I downloaded Quibi. I haven't yet, but let's just say that I do. And if I were to watch it, I would only watch it for Anna Kendrick because I like her so much. I think she's got great comedic timing. And I like most of the stuff that she's done. Like, Pitch Perfect. What's that one with George Clooney? Up in the air?
Oh. She did that Noelle one.
It was cute.
Saw that. You saw most of that.
She was cute. I didn't love the movie, but she was very cute in it. So that's why I kept watching. So, okay. What else we are talking about? We are going to let you guys know about Navi. So you guys know that both of our dogs have had a bit of health issues. Falcor's got an ongoing thing with his heart, and we're shifting our focus to him because now he's on all this extra medication, and his test came back, his blood work came back, and it didn't improve from the last time. It actually got a little bit worse. So now we're a little bit more worried about him. And with Navi, she actually, it's not 100% like clean bill of health. She still has to get rechecked. But we were worried that some of the issues was related to either her liver or kidney, and that was going to be way worse. And The doctor said no, that's not it at all.
All the tests came back good
so the
for
blood
Navi.
work is good for her. We're just gonna get her rechecked for something else to make sure there's no like other remaining bacteria, and that's so but yay, that's some good news.
Yeah, they were thinking it's like it's all bacteria because once they gave Navi the antibiotics, it cleared up pretty quickly.
Yeah, it cleared up pretty quickly, which I was pretty happy about. So because I was like, not both dogs at once.
Oh my gosh. And at the perfect time too, when
Yeah.
like neither of us are really bringing in our normal paychecks. So it's tough when both dogs decide we have to go to the vet at the same time during a pandemic.
Yeah, it's awful. So some of the other things we will be watching on Friday, Clone Wars. Yes! Yay! And I believe there's a new clip out for Clone Wars for the next episode. So we're going to do a trailer reaction for that, but we're going to go ahead and put it on Patreon. So we have something special for everybody who's been supporting us on Patreon for the last year or so. So if you're a Patreon supporter, it will be up there shortly, probably today, because we're going to work on that today. And since we are talking about Star Wars, let's go ahead and pivot into this. I didn't put this in the show notes and the YouTube description, but breaking news, there is a new Star Wars series at work for Disney Plus with the showrunner, and I think her name is Leslie Headland. She's the showrunner for Russian Dolls. If you've seen that series, excellent.
Have I seen that?
No, you haven't seen it yet. It's excellent. And it's gonna be there's no details that we're given right now as far as who it's going to be, when it's going to be. That's always the big question. When in Star Wars is this?
Because there's so many big events that happen in Star Wars. Do you do it before the Empire, after the Empire? Do you do it during the Clone Wars? Do you do it So there's so many different times that you can place this. And so far, I think the only information that we've been given is that it's a timeline that has not been explored yet.
Within the current, with any of the current projects.
Oh, as in even
so
current or past. So is that
it says current project. So I'm gonna just read it because I jotted down some notes. So there are no details. Obviously, it's going to be a female-centric series that'll take place in a different part of the Star Wars timeline than other projects.
Okay.
So that could mean past or present.
That means so that means then they probably couldn't do it after Return of the Jedi because that's when The Mandalorian is taking place. They can't do it. There's pretty much between Episode 1, A Phantom Menace, and all the way through Return of the Jedi, because all of that's pretty much covered. Right. Because there's not that much time in between the Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope that hasn't been covered.
I think it's going to be a character that we don't have yet in live action.
Old Republic!
Well...
Ooh, if it's the Old Republic, that'd be so cool.
Who would it be for you then? Because
there's actually not that...
female-centric.
I mean, there's a couple cool characters that they can play with in Return of the Jedi. I mean, not the Old Republic. I think that would be really cool. If they start to dabble a little bit in the Old Republic, then that leaves it open to if people are like, oh my God, this is so cool. Awesome. Love to see it. Then they could probably start putting the next series of movies in the timeline of the Old Republic. Because I know there's been a little bit of back and forth talking about that timeline.
That would be really interesting, and that certainly is something we haven't seen from Star Wars. For me, my mind immediately goes to Ahsoka, and I see a couple of you in the chat are saying that already, just because she's already been announced to be appearing in The Mandalorian. What I would love to see is what happens before that. Because there's that timeline. And if you're thinking female-centric, you can easily pair her and Sabine up together.
That would be cool.
And that's the show.
That's the end of Rebels.
Yeah. But they can fill in the gap.
There's that huge gap, right after the end of Rebels that takes place right after the fall of the Empire. Even though that section also has Mandalorian, I guess it'd be like the moment after the Empire. Well, the moment after the Empire falls, but that's also, I think, Mandalorian's only 5 years after the fall of the Empire. I'm not quite sure. If you guys know the exact time Mandalorian starts in reference to Return of the Jedi, jot it down, but I think it's 5
it in the chat.
years.
Jot it down.
Jot it down. Well, and put it in the chat. But yeah, I mean, I'm super excited. Anytime you have new Star Wars material,
yeah,
it's always fun. The best part of it is we're going to do this, and it's going to be something completely new in a completely new timeline. What could it be?
I mean, if it's Ahsoka and Sabine, that would make me so happy.
That'd be cool.
I was gonna say something else, but I think I'm not gonna go there because I want to keep things positive. But another female centric, I think, idea is she hasn't been. I don't think she's been seen in any of the live action or animated iterations. I could be wrong, but Dr. Aphra is very in the comics. She's kind of like the space Indiana Jones. She's an archaeologist selected to be to work for Vader or work with Vader. So and she's got like so popular. She's got her own like comic books now, which is. So that would be something really interesting, something completely different, something that I would love to see from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because even though I would love to see an Ahsoka, and I feel like that probably is already at work, or maybe they'll wait to see how everybody, what everybody's reaction to her is going to be once Mandalorian season 2 comes out, which already everybody's going to tune in for Ahsoka. Like she's such a beloved character. She's such a loved character. But yeah, I think it's either Ahsoka if they weren't already working on it already, or I think it's Dr. Aphra.
Or Rey after the Return of Skywalker.
Well, that could be it too.
That could be it too. I mean, I think I saw someone else say Rise of Skywalker. I'm like, well, that's true too. Yeah. You could focus solely on Rey.
Yeah.
And that's female centric in a timeline that we have not explored.
Tamer says he just checked the Mandalorian. I assume he's talking about takes place 5 years after the Battle of Endor.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought it was 5 years because I think what is it called? Rebels takes place 5 years before Episode 4, before A New Hope. They like those like 5, 20, 35 years increments for Star Wars for some reason. It's always in increments of 5.
That's funny. Well, yeah, let us know in the comment section and in the chat who your ideal character, like lead character, would be for this new Star Wars series coming to Disney Plus. This makes me so happy. Just it's like in the very beginning of like
more
the working phase.
More
Star Wars. I don't know. Space buns. Space buns.
Wendy's little space buns.
Gets them out of the way. And also, you guys, super chat's on. So just if you if you have a comment you really don't want us to miss, go ahead and use the super chat function. I think you can put as low as like $1. Which is totally fine by us. We're not looking for you to give us like $99. So don't do that. But if there's because I'm seeing a lot of the chat go by and I feel like I'm not able to catch up right now. So next topic that we have, I totally missed it. Every time I do this, the banner, I don't use it. But okay, for the next one I will use. So South by Southwest, as you guys all know, was actually one of the first things canceled, one of the big festivals that was canceled due to the virus, and everybody that I knew that was going to South by Southwest was so upset. For a lot of them, it was going to be their first South by Southwest, and that sucks. And they canceled it literally a week before it went on. Yeah. So that was just sucks. Not just for the people that attended, but for the people who were going to show their movies.
Yeah, I mean that's where a lot of these low budgets, guys who have people that have this passion for making films, and they just want to make what their heart and what they've been dreaming, these dream projects for years, are finally able to do is go out and get more people to see their movies. Yeah. And that is where you get just a lot of people who've poured their blood, their sweat, their tears in, and now it's kind of like, well, you have to wait until the next one.
Yeah, and for South by Southwest, what they're doing, we're going to have a special appearance now by Miss Navi Bear. She's got her, I put on her R2-D2,
or R2-D2 hoodie.
You can't see it from there, it just looks white, but it's an R2-D2 hoodie.
I'll turn her around this way. She's a little R2-D2, she's my astro droid.
She was like, you guys talking Star Wars? I gotta come and join.
If you come over here, I'm going to pick you up. She looks like a little Jedi.
She's like, I hate you guys so much. Put me down immediately.
She's like, look at all the loves I'm getting. Don't you like loves? Don't you like the loves?
She does love the loves. So South by Southwest, and Amazon Prime kind of teamed up to do this, and I'm so happy because they're actually putting this in front of the paywall. So all you need is an Amazon account, which does not cost you any money to sign up for an Amazon account. So even though it's going to be on Amazon Prime Video, you don't have to. The way they're doing this, you don't have to have an Amazon Prime account in order to view the movies for free. And there's going to be like 30. What do you? Why are you?
I'm petting her like,
oh my gosh,
like Dr. Evil.
Like a
yes, we're going to be talking about South by Southwest.
Navi, why do you put up with it?
Because she loves us.
So, South by Southwest, there's going to be 39 titles, and there's different categories. There's like narrative features, there's documentaries, there's episodics, and I think there's narrative shorts and documentary shorts as well. So, if you just Google on the internet, you will find all the different films that are going to be available. It's only available from April 27th through May 6th, and then I guess it's either gone or it's going to be maybe you have to pay for. I don't know what happens after the 6th. I think they all maybe just disappear. Not sure, but we're definitely going to be checking it out. I have to go through all the titles and see which ones we're going to be interested in. I don't know if we have the capacity to watch 39 films. That would be a lot of hours on top of what we do. So I don't know about that, but we definitely want to make sure we pick some good titles.
Do you know if they're all feature-length films?
Some are.
Or some are like in the 90... Or no, 90 minutes is feature-length. Below 90 is short film.
So the categories that they described are like narrative features, narrative shorts, documentary features, documentary shorts, and episodics.
Okay.
So take that with what you will. I think it's pretty self-explanatory that we're going to get a lot of varieties of lengths of films and different formats, because I would love to see some documentaries as well. So let us know in the chat, in the comments, if you are looking forward to seeing the films from South by Southwest on Amazon Prime, though it's free. So if you don't have an account, you can sign up and do that. And I think that's such a good idea, because I know I really wanted to see I was like excited to hear what got everybody excited coming out of South by Southwest. And usually they're pretty good. And they've gone on to win awards or at least do very, very well in theaters. So I've been very curious about that. So I'm excited.
We're going to try to do as many reviews as we can, but yes, I think it's going to be impossible to do all of them.
We probably won't over time, maybe as they slowly get released on VOD or something like that, but we won't be able to. So anyways, let us know in the chat and in the comment section if you are going to be checking out some of the films that's going to be available during this period. Okay, let's move on to our next topic, and may the odds be ever in your favor, because we're going to talk about The Hunger Games, and this is going to be a prequel. So this prequel was going to also be directed by Francis Lawrence. I wanted to mix his name together. Oh. Francis Lawrence, who did the previous 3 Hunger Games. He also directed Red Sparrow that had Jennifer Lawrence in it. And so he's going to be doing this one as well. And this is going to be an adaptation of I guess you can call it the prequel novel by Suzanne Collins, who wrote the Hunger Games trilogy. Yes.
Yes. The books are a trilogy. The movies have 4
because they split the last book into 2. And the book is called The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. And it's actually 64 years before the Hunger Games timeline. So President Snow is going to be the main character in this. Oh. And he is 18 in the book. And he's going to be serving as a mentor in the Hunger Games to a young girl from District 12, which is the same district that Katniss Everdeen is from. Oh. Later on in the future. So this is...
That's an interesting way of doing it. You think that Snow then, after having like... He either went through the Hunger Games, it sounds
like it.
Because that's how you become a mentor, is that you were in the Hunger Games, and then you mentor the ones who are now going. Yeah. But, it's one of those things that maybe it was different back then in those days.
And maybe how he became the person he is now.
Yeah.
He was like I love to hate character, because he was just so terrible. And it's like, I don't know if I want to read a book about President Snow. Why can't I read a book about Haymitch? Why can't I read a book about Effie? Why can't I read a book about some of the other people?
Or even make a book about the formation, about the districts, about the Civil War. I mean, I think this would have taken place before the Civil
Like
War. No.
the origin of Panem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have. President Snow just makes me really upset, and I think it's going to be really interesting. And if you guys are curious about the excerpt, let me just read it because I found it on Amazon. Because the book will be available in May this year, which is in like 10 days or so, less 8 days. So this is an expert or the description from the what did I say?
Expert
excerpt from the book, or at least I pulled it off Amazon. So it says, it is the morning of the reaping that will kick off the 10th annual Hunger Games. In the capital, 18-year-old Snow is preparing for his one shot at glory as a mentor from the games. The once mighty House of Snow has fallen on hard times, its fate hanging on the slender chance that he will be able to outcharm, outwit, and outmaneuver his fellow students to mentor the winning tribute. Also, like, it's better if his person wins. Got it. Okay. So the odds are against him. He's been giving a humiliating assignment of mentoring a female tribute from District 12, the lowest of the low. Their fate now completely intertwined. Every choice he makes could lead to favor or failure, triumph or ruin. Inside the arena, it will be a fight to the death. Outside the arena, he will start to feel for his doomed tribute. Oh, okay. And this must weight his need to follow the rules against his desire to survive no matter what it takes.
He's going to cheat. He's going to
cheat.
Snow cheat?
Well, this is 18-year-old Snow.
I'm pretty sure that this is where his super level of, okay, how do I play the game and find loopholes? Because that's kind of how he came into power. He took advantage of assassinations. He took advantage of playing the political game.
So
that's why
he's a politician in the making.
He's a politician. Yeah, this is going to be the politician, the making of what is that called? The making of an authoritarian figure.
Yeah.
So where he has now absolute power.
This makes sense. I am also curious why this route, like why President Snow. Like I think I would be more interested in the overall story of like the origin of the Hunger Games, even though we kind of know about it, and like how Panem became the way they are, even more in depth. And then looping in stories like Snow. Like, you know how Harry Potter does it so subtly? Like, they just mention this person, and it's like, oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
And then that's that. I would have liked something like that instead, but I'm so conflicted on why they. Like, I want to support it because I love the stories. Ugh. And I love the world. When I read
the Hunger Games, the last book of the Hunger Games,
you have to read it with some Kleenex.
Destroyed me.
So sad.
I came out of that having anxiety attacks, kind of thing. It's a tough book to get through, but it is so well written.
Yeah.
And it's just brutal, and that's something that's going to be interesting if they're going to try to put that into these next Well, I don't know. This is only going to be one book.
I don't know. So far, it's just the one, and I guess I might read. I mean, I have a lot of Audible credits, so I might download it when it comes and listen, and see if at the very least the story can give us like, I don't know. Can you become a mentor to the Hunger Games tributes without having been in the Hunger Games? Like there's been 10 of them already, so he must have had.
True, but even if you've had 10. Hunger Games. That means, and each year a different district won, there's still going to be 2 districts that don't have mentors yet because no one's. So for at least the first 12 years of the Hunger Games, there's not going to have been any survivors.
But I'm saying that in order to be a mentor of the Hunger Games, you would have to have played and survived the Hunger Games, no?
Yeah. So, that's probably for the first couple years, they couldn't do that. Right. So they would have probably year 10, richer houses be in charge of training the lower district
and
tributes.
I'm assuming Snow is probably from District 1.
Yeah.
I'm going to just assume that. So, yeah, I might check it out. Let us know in the chat and in the comments what you think of the idea for the premise of the prequel, and if you would be down to check it out, and maybe when it comes out, you would either pick up the book, whether it's digital or, Well, I guess you can't really go to the store right now to pick it up. So I guess
You can go to Amazon.
your only option is to get it digitally or via, or via Audible. All right, next let's talk about Batman. Batman release date got pushed back. Boo!
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
I mean, we kind of knew.
Well, yeah, because one, their whole production has gotten shut down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're not done filming.
Yeah.
So that means there's still going to be a lot of work to do once they can get back to work.
Yeah.
So all they can really do is take what they have right now and be like, how can we turn what we have filmed into some publicity?
Mm-hmm.
So talk about, oh yeah, we're pushing it back, but look what we have done, and slowly release it until you can start production again.
I like with the decision of it. I mean, like, I'm not really surprised when anytime any of the films that announce that they're going to be, delayed. It makes sense because of the current situation that we're in. However, I wonder why October. Like, I feel like Batman's very much a summer blockbuster type of movie.
Yeah.
So maybe they just don't want to push it to 2022 because that seems so far away. And October just may seem like a good time for a movie to come out. But like you said, a lot of productions, not just movies, but like for various shows and even like those like evening news shows and night shows and things like that, like the late night shows, they've all been shifted in a way, and Batman is not something that you can just easily shift.
Yeah, and
from
also
that kind of a production to like, oh, we'll just do it digitally. Like, you can't do that. You need the cast, you need the crew. It's definitely more than 100 people. And if you guys have been on set before, things are everywhere. People are always touching things, moving things, breaking down things, and like makeup and hair, in costume, they're touching everything. They have to touch up all the actors.
Very
like
close contact.
Sanitization would be very closely monitored, and I think that would just interrupt production more than it would help it. So I think they would rather wait for everything to be kind of given the all clear before they all go back to production, which makes sense. But it's just a bummer because I'm ever since the casting announcement that Robert Pattinson's going to play Batman, I was like, oh,
it really tickled my fancy. I was kind of like, what? That's an interesting take. I'm into that. I'm into that choice because Robert Pattinson has done a lot of interesting work, from The Lighthouse to that one that he was in the Amazon jungle. Remember that we saw that? It was one that we didn't go all the way through. But
I think that's a different person.
No, remember we were going.
I thought that was Charlie Hunnam.
Well, no, Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah.
But with him was Robert Pattinson because he had that beard and he sounded really gruff, and we were
just like The Lighthouse. He's got the beard. He's really gruff.
And it was a while before we went, holy cow, that's
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah,
it's it was on Amazon.
Lost City of Z. That's what it was.
Thank you, MK Songbird.
It took us a long time of watching that before we realized that was him.
Yeah, I think a lot of people in the beginning, they're like, oh, the Twilight guy is going to play Batman? It's kind of like, right, he was the Twilight guy years ago, just like Kristen Stewart was in Twilight years ago. And I think they both have evolved so much. And obviously they're older now, and they've made various career choices, and you kind of see the route that Robert Pattinson was taking, and it's a little bit more serious, dramatic roles. And like, I have no doubt he's going to be a great Batman. And Matt Reeves is going to do a really, really good job with this. So I was looking forward to like a summer blockbuster thing, going out, getting the popcorn, maybe like dress up a little bit, like I don't know, Batman.
Put on like the Batman Bat Dad?
The mask. You can't wear masks in the theaters, though.
Really needs to be like that. It wouldn't be that much of a mask. It'd just be like one of those really cheap plastic ones that
we
you can
have
be like...
our paper ones that are like this big, that are from Legoland. They don't just cover our faces; they cover like our face and a half. Wear those. Yeah. I wanted to show MK. Oh no, that's not the one I wanted to show. Oops, sorry. I wanted to highlight.
Oh, they moved it again.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh, we have a super chat from Tamer. We're gonna show it. Tamer says, I'm very interested in Robert Pattinson as Batman. I have to ask, who is your favorite Batman? Ooh, loaded question. Okay.
Oh, that's tough.
Christian Bale as Batman is the best I have ever seen so far.
I liked Christian Bale's Batman. Personally, I did not like the voice choice that he made.
Okay.
I think they could have gone a different route. What I love for the voice of Batman is what they did in Batman v Superman, to where it was the mask or some of his gear that changed his voice. I thought
Mm-hmm.
that was a really nice touch that they did in that one. But each Batman has had their own spark, their own thing that has been brought to the screen.
Yeah.
I mean, Michael Keaton, he was the first Batman, and he did a really good job on juggling Bruce Wayne and and Batman.
Yes.
I think Val Kilmer, he did a better Batman than Bruce Wayne, and then George. Yes, even though you have to talk about Clooney.
We got to talk about Clooney because he did put on the suit with
the bat nipples and the bat butt. Because they
the bat butt.
Oh, they had a shot of that. Remember?
No.
There was a shot of like they put on the belt and then it like whoosh, he turns and it's just a picture of his ass, and it's like, really?
I don't remember.
You don't remember the bat butt?
I don't remember.
You remember the bat nipples?
Well, that was hard to like forget because like they mentioned, anyways.
But then you also have all of the actors that did the voice of Batman too.
Yeah.
Who are all amazing.
Yeah. I would have to say my favorite on-screen Batman for features, for movies, I'd probably go with Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Because I feel like his balance of Bruce Wayne and the Batman was really well balanced. I really did enjoy Ben Affleck's Batman.
Yeah, me too.
I honestly did. I'm a little sad that we just got like the BVS. And like,
yeah, I mean,
Justice League, and
everyone has their own different opinions on that movie and how it was done and how it wasn't done. But I think for my personal take, it would be really hard for me to choose between Michael Keaton and Christian Bale, because there are some things that I loved about Christian Bale. There's some things that I loved about. Yeah,
I really do, especially The Dark Knight. Oh, the movie is so good, beginning to end. God, it's the best. It's the best one of all the Batman movies. That's my favorite. That's probably my favorite.
But I also really liked what Ben Affleck brought to it.
Yeah, I like that each actor, kind of like in the same vein as we can talk about Spider-Man. Each actor, none of them bad. I don't think any of them were bad. I just think they had their own flavor. And then for us, our individual picks were the ones who kind of balanced out Batman's various personalities, if you will.
Yeah.
Let us know in the chat, in the comment, who your favorite on-screen Batman is. It could be a voiceover actor. It could be the animated version if you want. It could be Adam West, the OG. The OG. You gotta shout out.
Good old Adam West.
Yeah. And thank you so much, Tamor, for your super chat.
Yay! Thank you so much.
What else was I going to talk about? Was I going to move on already?
You were going to bring up someone else's comment, but that's as soon as we started talking about Batman, they just went, oh.
Yeah, that is gone. But okay, let me just see if I can go back a little bit and hide this. Okay, so one of the other piece of news that we have is Venom. So Sony Pictures revealed the title for the Venom sequel. This is obviously directed by Andy Serkis. So excited for this. The Venom sequel finally gets a title and a release date. The title is Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
It's one of those titles that I'm kind of like, okay, they're kind of hitting it on the head, but of course it's Carnage.
Oh my God.
And I am really hoping, really hoping that they can make this a rated R movie. You cannot do Carnage right without making it rated R. He is just such a violent, such a horrifying character. I know words were going all through my brain about what I mean. So I am really interested on how they're going to pull off Carnage. We know that it's losing my mind, playing Carnage.
Oh boy.
Woody Harrelson.
Woody
Harrelson.
Oh.
Because remember he was in the end credits. He was like, there will be carnage. And I'm just kind of like, I mean, when I saw it, I thought it was a little bit, hitting the nail on the head a little too hard.
Yeah.
But, that's kind of very in the realm of how they kind of treated Venom too.
Yeah. It's gonna be real good. I thought the voice is when it got me, when I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Because I feel like sometimes when I look at Woody Harrelson's face, I either see Zombieland or I see Hamish from Hunger Games. So it's
Yeah,
sometimes it's
he does have that very distinctive look to him.
yeah, he does. But I am so excited for Carnage to actually like we're gonna see it on screen, and please Sony just make it real good because Carnage is a comic book character that we've known about for a long time, and I was like, I really really like Carnage just because how like. I mean, I'm not a violent person, but like I loved how like insane some of the comics got, and as you're reading some of the frames, you're like, he did that, and that, and I just never thought Carnage was something that we would ever actually get to see in a movie, just because I just thought there's no way they'd be able to do this, and if they like baby it, if they make it like PG-13, it wouldn't do it justice. If they do it R, then they would, and he's like just insane in the brain.
Yeah, I will, and I also think with some of the past work that Woody Harrelson has done, you know, I mean, go look back at Natural Born Killers.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that is pretty much.
I think he can absolutely go dark.
Oh yeah.
He can.
Yeah.
He's definitely the actor that can absolutely get there. He has like, and that's what I like about him. His range is wide. He can do funny, but he can do funny with like a dark humor.
Yeah.
Or kind of like a darker undertone of like why that person is the way it is, and play comedically. Oh God.
And the character Cletus Cassidy is just a horrifying character in itself. Then you give him the powers of a symbiont. Then it's symbiote. And then you've got. I mean, I guess you could kind of make it PG-13. And just, you know, not have the gore and the blood and the graphic. You just don't show it. If you do it in an interesting way, you probably could pull it off PG-13.
Yes, you
However,
could.
I would much rather see a rated R version of Carnage.
Exactly right. To your point, they do it in PG-13? Of course they can. They've done it with countless things. But can you guys imagine, like, now that we've had, like, Deadpool has really kind of opened that gate for movies to go that R-rated route, and that it can you'll still crush the box office. The R ratings are going to stop people from seeing it. Yeah. And if you are conscious of the choices you're making on screen and what is too much gore and what is gore just for gore, like if you can make the distinct between that and have it serve its purpose, I think Carnage, or should I say Venom 2 or Venom Let There Be Carnage. Yeah. I'm never going to get tired of saying that. I think if they're smart about it and they go rated R, I think that honestly would be the best choice. That's how I would like to see it. The Venom that we got was fine. I don't think it was like under gory, like you know, like it wasn't not enough gore for me, or it was too much gore. I thought it was fine. Yeah. So I think if they stick with the same rating, fine. I would love to see it R rated. So I mean,
it's one of those things we're just gonna have. Yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, we will wait and see. Let us guys, let us know in the comments and the chat what you think of the delay. I think it was delayed to. Let me see.
Was it October?
It was originally going to be October of this year. It's going to be pushed to June 25th of next year,
it was going to be October of this year?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what I read from Variety.
Wait, that means they must have already had some shots in the can, or at least
I think they've been working on it for a while.
Yeah, true. I mean, they've been working on it for a while. Venom did pretty well in the box office, so it would make sense that they would have started filming, started getting stuff going immediately after that. So they probably have some film in the can.
I think a June movie, like, that'll definitely get, like, you know, butts in seats for sure. Like, I would definitely see it. I think they were maybe doing it in October because to play on a little bit of the horror factor. You know, like for October in the fall, people are getting ready for their, like, little Halloween, you know, feel. So for me, I feel like Halloween should be year-round. It should just be spooky year-round. But, yeah, I am really excited. I want to see how, if maybe because of the whole, like, Marvel, Spider-Man, Sony news thing, like, if we can maybe get, like, a little bit of
a crossover
with, like, Spider-Man.
That would be cool. Maybe, I mean, honestly, I think that'd be really cool, especially if you bring in Carnage and Venom in, like, a Spider-Man 4.
Ooh, too much to handle. Yeah, no, that'd be good. That's something I would absolutely love to see. So let us know how you guys feel about the title, the release date, and how excited you are that we're finally going to get Carnage on screen. Oh, it's going to be so good. And you guys, that brings us to the end of our news for today. So I want to thank you guys all so much for tuning in. It's a little bit short today because we've got a couple of projects that we have to work on after this for you guys. Actually, it's going to be on the YouTube channel, so we're going to go get working on that. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for everybody who comes back weekly to watch us chat about really random stuff, mostly about movie news, but also random appearances by Navi and Falcor, and I love that you guys want to hear about them, and I think it's so cute. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future streams, you don't miss any new videos. Tomorrow we have our retro trailer review.
Oh yeah.
The second one coming out. The first one was based on Snow White. You guys go check it out because
go check it out. It's not what you it's not what you expected because it's not what we expected.
Make sure you watch past the first trailer because there's 2 trailers now. Yeah. So if you haven't seen it yet, watch the second one. And yeah, stay tuned for the one that's going to come out tomorrow. And we already have a couple of suggestions that we jotted down for any of the future episodes. So if you have a suggestion on a retro trailer you would like us to react to and talk about, go ahead and drop that. You can drop it in the comment section of this video, or you can go to the Snow White trailer reaction and do it there. Probably there because it's a little bit easier to find, but however you want, we jot them down. I'm trying to think of any other parting last words. Oh yeah, come on back. We're going to be doing the Clone Wars review on Friday. Oh, yeah. I'm so excited.
Yes. I want to see what happens. They left it on a great cliffhanger.
Yes. Yes.
And just for you who know, in the comment section, it's Falcor. Falkor.
Oh, Falcor, like the Lost Dragon. Falcor is, well, he's okay. Like, his demeanor is good. Falcor, he's eating, he's drinking water, he's playing, energy is fine, but the doctor did say his heart is working a little bit harder than it was before, which is kind of sad because before that, like some of the kidney abnormalities were lower. Look, he left because
he's like, you guys are talking about me. I'm out of here.
Yeah, he knows. So we have to go to the vet actually and pick up 2 new medications for him. Falcor's on like 7 medications. I've never been on 7 medications, and he is. But he is a senior dog, so we're gonna just do what we can to do, to do our best to improve his quality of life. So yeah, okay, you guys, tune in on Saturday where we'll be back with the same backgrounds, maybe some more space,
maybe some lights,
maybe some lights. We'll do a Mad Lib because we skipped it on this one. It's party time.
Get some flashy blinky party lights going on.
Oh my gosh. And we will see you in our next video or on the next stream on Saturday. Bye, you guys. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.